120,000 was a possibility, but it was hidden in a realm that only 2 weeks, 1 week prayer can unlock it. If she has never prayed for that 1 week, she would have been still looking for a school fees till now. But after 1 week prayer, a place opened, and the person that hate her felt that giving her money is a compensation. It's not as if he like her now, but he doesn't even know why he gave her the money. You don't know what prayer can do. If you know what prayer can do, you will pray more. Somebody say, why are you praying too long? Say, because I have so many problems, I have so many requests. The things that bother me are too much, and even if I tell you now, you will join together with me and start crying. So the only way I can express myself is to not be praying. And the reason why I'm praying is not because God will answer all of them. It's because it will give me the courage to still believe God. Because when you pray, you build up your faith to still believe God. You are building up your faith so that you can remain in faith. Jesus was the one that said, Peter, Peter, the devil desired to sweep you like a reed, but I have prayed for you that your faith will not fail. And when you are strong, strengthen your brethren. I thought Peter was already a rock. Upon this rock I will build my church, and the gate of hell will not prevail. Why is now Jesus afraid that the gate of hell will prevail? It was because Peter need to pray a kind of prayer for the gate of hell not to prevail. And in that moment, he took Peter to go and pray. Peter was sleeping. He was sleeping with the rest of them. And Jesus said, for the time has come, and now you are about to be wasted. The time has come for me to be betrayed. But I have prayed for you, and your faith will not fail. And mind you, his faith failed. I will die with you. We will die together. We will die. Are you part of them? No, I'm not. Are you part of them? I say I'm not. I say I'm not. Now, at the point of death, he began to deny Jesus. Why was Peter denying Jesus? He did not pray enough. He knew the Bible. He knew God. He knew Jesus. He is the rock. He is the pillar of the church. But the holy bishop, our general overseer, denied Jesus. What do you think will happen to the members? Everybody went back a fishing. So when Jesus appeared, Peter was ashamed. He said, Peter, Peter, lovest thou me more than this? You need to be able to understand that there is a prayer required to keep you in faith. And when you don't pray, little circumstances of life will come and it will weigh you away. The things that make others remain strong make you go away. I don't have school fees, so I want to backslide. Somebody don't have school fees, he pushed him to the place of prayer. A woman had a case with a judge. She went to pray. You have a case, you feel your own is to backslide. You are not serious. You have not understand the school of prayer. It is in the school of prayer that we grant our problems. You grant it. Pray for everything. The Bible said, be anxious for nothing, but in everything through prayer and supplication with thanksgiving make your request known unto God. I don't care what your problem is qualified to be a prayer request. If you can pray it, God can look upon it. God won't look upon it and say, look at me, oh God, you don't care about me, I'm about to die. He doesn't care until you open your mouth and pray. He say, Master, carest thou that we perish? Of course, until you pray to the Lord will do nothing. If Jesus was God, why does he have to pray? Why? I felt God should know everything now. Why is Jesus praying as if he's not a God? Why? One of the reasons why we need prayer, my friends, is nothing, but it's so that we can receive power. In the book of Acts chapter 1 verse 8, the Bible says, but ye shall receive power after the Holy Ghost has come upon you, and ye shall be my witness. You cannot talk about the power of God without talking about prayers. It's not possible. Never possible. Never possible. Never. When we speak about power, it's directly proportional to prayer. The prayer degree of a man determines the power he can carry. Knowledge is power. It's only knowledge that is intermingled with prayer that is power. In fact, too much knowledge can make your heart weary. You can know so much to become puffed off. If not, people that went to theology school should be the most powerful, but they are not. Do you know why? Because there is a knowledge that doesn't equate to power. Jesus Christ was knowledgeable at the age of 12, yet again at his old age he was still praying. At the age of 12 he has finished knowing what the Bible is, but there was not a time where he stopped praying. In fact, he started with prayer and ended up with prayer. At the third end, Jesus prayed, Father, I pray for them. So whether you like it or not, a time comes when you have to be able to subject yourself to a crucible of prayer. In the book of Corinthians, Paul was the one that was speaking. He said, I thank my God that I pray in tongues more than you. How can Paul came to a point where he's thanking God that I pray in tongues more than them? That means he realized that there is an importance attached to it. That prayer comes to a point that it equates to power. When a man begins to pray, he joins into the realms of power. Whether you like it or not, every move of God is preceded by prayer, heralded by prayer, and maintained by prayer, and sustained by prayer. Whether we like it or not, You may not be praying shagabagagugigide every day, but there is a time you have of seclusion with the Lord where you cry out from the innermost being. Because out of your belly have to flow rivers of living waters. You cannot carry the power of God until you pray. The Bible speaking in the book of Acts chapter 2, he said they were together in the upper room on the day of Pentecost was fully came. And as they were praying in the flesh, the Holy Ghost came and take them back to the Spirit to continue to pray. And they began to speak in tongues as the Spirit gave them utterance. From that very moment, dimensions was unlocked, and men begin to see them speak with other tongues and speak their own language. A lady, one of those ladies that just connected to me recently, she's in the US, about 33 years old, and she has never prayed in tongues for up to 30 minutes. And now she needs power. I say, I know two ways of power. One, there is a breast. They say it's in Ore. There is an old woman, you can't see her face, but she's too big. The breast is very long. You just need to go and suck it. When you suck it every month, you come and you do man fall. But if you want the kind of power I know, there's a mountain. And when you climb those mountains and you dwell there, out of the discomfort, out of the suffering, out of the mosquito bite, out of the sickness and the disease. In fact, there were people that went to pray, they suffered, they coughed blood, they were about to die, then they were in the Spirit, and God said, I will give you power. So power did not just come because they were sleeping and taking Hollandia yogurt and it came. No, they prayed, and when they were about to die, they said, I will give you power, and they now became alive. And now they went out terrorizing everybody in their family. Babalola was a weak man. They say he's a tractor operator. He was just operating tractor normally. And when the tractor spoiled, as he was wondering, what will I do with my life? Tractor don't spoil. Money no day to repair them. And he was hungry. He went to the bush and he began to cry to God. And when he was there crying, an angel appeared. He said, this is a yam. This yam is meant for the entire ministers in the entire of this southern, is it western region? He said, eat it. And from the moment Alanti said he eat that thing, he became burdened. Prayer. They gave him a bed. The angel gave him a bed. That anytime you enter any village, when you hit that bed, signs and wonders will happen. From that very moment, it's not as if he loved to go to the mountain. No. The Bible speaks about John the Baptist and the prophet Elijah, right? That he always isolate himself to the mountain, to the wilderness, to remain. It's not because of that. The requirement of the mantle demand that level of isolation. I want to submit to you, men like Daddy Adeboye, where you call redemption camp was a bush before. That even if they tell you to go, you will not want to go. So they went to those bush to go and stay. As they were praying in that bush, they developed that bush and make those bush a nation. Men like Bishop Oyedepo went to Ota. In the days when you go to Ota, you will see snakes, big snakes that if you go, you can't stay. They went there and saw a city. Men like Daddy Kumuni went to some of those places in Bagada, where those places are cast away, place they say evil forest. They went to those evil forests and fought with the evil and changed the forest to become a city. You don't want to fight anything, you just want to go and possess a land and say, I have arrived finally. He said, I have given you the land, rise up and possess it in battle. There is nothing that God will give you cheaply. You must pray and sweat and cry. It's part of the order. You will never value anything that comes to you cheaply. No wonder you spend other people's money anyhow your own. You are very careful about it. Why? With the more you suffer to make it, the more you are. What you did not suffer to get, you won't value it. If God gives his dimension cheaply to everybody, they will lose it as cheaply as it comes to them. So you will stay with God for so long, and after a while, when he gives you one dimension, he will attach a concentration to it, and you will have to be able to keep it by the sweating of your blood. So we do not have a high priest that cannot be touched by our infirmities, but he was tempted at all costs like you and I. So it's not because Babalola loved to go to the mountain, but because of that thing he ate. He said that thing became bitter and sour, and every day it took him to the wilderness. Every day, the Bible said, at the very moment that Jesus Christ was baptized of the Holy Ghost, he was taken to the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. Baptism in the Holy Ghost, taken to the wilderness. Baptism in water, taken to the wilderness. You don't know, after tonight a spirit can come upon you that you are in your room, you are moving on the road, you are trying to you want to eat, it's not as if you want to. You are trying to sleep, in your spirit you are still praying, not because you want to do it. A spirit inside of you begin to pray because you have cracked open a realm in the spirit, and now you are taken to a journey. At that point the thing became easier.